Hey guys, I want to thank you all so much for supporting me. In this video, there's been a whole thought process that has kind of happened. I unveil a package that I got in the mail when I told you all a couple weeks ago. I bought this new backdrop to give some, just some cool, fresh content. And I kind of go through opening it and realizing like I am kind of inching out of space in the place I'm in. And so in the middle of all of this, I'm like, I need to figure out what to do. Do I need to start going to a studio or what am I going to do? Because I literally do everything in this place and it's starting to crowd in on me. So I hope you watch to the end of the video and I hope that you are a supporter on the other side. Okay, so this is the paper. It's called Savage Gray. And I got this because they're cool tone to it. It's gray right now. Um, let's see if I can close the door. It's kind of tight if y'all can see my sound panels that I put up, but I could put it here. Um, only thing is, my bed is there, but the reason I got this paper is because I got a light that changes colors, and so when it beams off of this paper looks like the color of the light. So that means I can do multiple backgrounds without having to buy multiple rolls of paper to give it a different effect. So I'm gonna take y'all around my apartment a little bit where we're doing this. So that's where that is. But as you can see, my bed's right there. It's like door bed. So bed's over there, random mic over there. Some more tripods and stuff like that. Move this out of the way. Move that. Okay. So if you've ever watched the lives, this is where I basically do them. Right there, yeah, it's a lot going on. You can see my plants. It's feeding day, so they're getting watered over there. But this is where everything happens. Kind of load it up right here and shoot from there. And then the opposite side, we have light. Um, this is where we're not going in the bathroom, but this is where the magic happens. Okay, guys, so taking a moment to come see my babies. My two nephews, my niece isn't here right now, which is kind of sad because I really want to see my niecey Pooh too. But I just want to come see my babies, and I'm going to take you all to come see them. They are a rambunctious bunch. Rambunctious, but I love them. Hey, Bubba. Somebody open the door. Oh, okay.
Come back. Come back, man.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, Bubba. Oh, I missed you too. Hey, but uh-oh, it's a camera. Hey. You want to hold it? Yeah. Can I have my hug first? Yeah. All right. Take some Thank pictures. You. Okay, hold it straight. Okay, I'm gonna hold it with you because we don't want to drop it. Daddy. Uh-huh. Come give me a hug. Daddy. Oh. Dad, I want you to stand with kids dancing with each other. Okay, dancing with each other. Go ahead. Do I press this? Uh-uh. You see, it's already. See, it says record. Uh-huh. Press that. Yeah. Okay, now we get you. Tell the people, hey. Hi. Tell them your name and how old you are. I'm 4. 4. Yes, my big baby. Whew. Yeah. Uncle Quentin, I actually play Roblox. What's that? Roblox. I don't know, baby. I don't know what that is. I'm old. Let's go to the potential 2-bedroom apartment that I'm thinking about getting, so that we can use that other room as a studio so I can bring you more content. Now, I'm kind of scared because the property manager did give me the key and it's totally not ready. My projected move-in date is December 31st. And she's like, just be aware, we haven't cleaned it. The people left it kind of bad. So we are going to look past the distractions of what's in here and see if we can see the potential of what's in here. Okay, let's go. Ooh, child, please don't let it smell. This thing cleaned it. Okay. Oh, okay. 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 Let me lock the door. Make sure don't nobody come behind me. All right. Okay, you do need to be swept. Why I'm just standing right here? Why am I crouched and standing? Okay, let's cut on some light. Baby, clearly somebody was playing the keys. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So I'm sure they're gonna take that out. Okay. So this is just standard. This is really not why we're coming in here. What we want to see is the space, right? So it's 2 bedroom. I guess this is definitely the living room area. Let's check out this. Okay. So this is, oh yeah, they do need to clean this carpet. Okay, but that's not why we're here. So this will be one of the bedrooms. Cool, cool, cool. Yada yada yada. Okay. Where's the light? Okay. I guess that's where my stuff will go. Great. So this will definitely work for me. I'm in a 1 bedroom right now, so I mean I don't need 2 sinks, but I guess it's cool to to have 2 sinks. Hey people, I guess it's cool to have 2 sinks. Oh, that tub though. Maybe let me put my product up there. Well, if I just need to sit down, well, I don't know why I would sit there, but I just be thinking about random stuff. Okay, so let's go to the second room because the main thing is really going to the second room because we want to use that as a studio, um, opposed to going to go get what's this? Oh, that's washer dry. So going to go pay for a studio. So here we go. Okay, yes, carpet is. Let's just come in. So we're not worrying about that. So this would be the second room. I could totally black out the window because I have some acoustic, like those acoustic sound things to like stop the echoing. So I could totally put that on the back side here, right, to block that out. Um, that gloss paper, the Savage paper I showed y'all, and hang it up here so that there's always a backdrop. And then potentially even what I'm thinking is doing it to, like use the room for 2 things. So like that'll be one backdrop, right? So I'll always shoot this way if I do a particular set of content, like maybe beneath the surface. And then I will have a whole nother setup that just won't be a backdrop. I could even make this look like a classroom of sorts, especially when I'm talking about the civic education piece. And it's like we're in class. So I'm thinking about using, that was really an idea I just thought about, as I'm talking, honestly. But I definitely wanted a two tier approach. So we could totally use that piece. And then I guess, this wall would just be the equipment and setup and all that. Um, oh, here's another closet. Okay. I don't know what I would use that for. I guess just storage or whatever. Let's continue to visualize. I really think it'd be good, like that Savage paper. Let me turn that Savage paper back here, blacking the window out. I think that would be super dope. And then really just to the next wall, creating something, even if it's not a classroom type vibe. That came to me, but I was actually going to ask some people to come help. Whoever, I'm not really artistic-y like that. So just kind of tell them what my vision is and develop a concept and help them, put this together. If that means, I got to buy some extra stuff for the visual of it all. But yeah, so this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. So the GoFundMe is literally for me to move to the 2 bedroom. The second bedroom will be used as a studio. The reason I set the GoFundMe for $5,000 is because that would cover all the costs. That's me factoring in the additional rent that I have to pay once I move there. That factors in the moving costs to move there. That's going to factor in the additional utilities to move there. And that is also all the production equipment and the setup of the room, additional backdrops, furniture, whatever this thing is going to build out and look like. About $5,000 is what it's going to take to encapsulate all of that, to completely turn that room into a studio. I am slated to move December 31st. So I have already made the agreement. I've made the commitment. I've decided to not do the studio and I'm going to go to the 2 bedroom. So I hope that you're a supporter, and I will see you on the other side. A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters. We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts. Hello, people. How is everyone doing? First and foremost, thank you all so much for bearing with my shenanigans today. If you don't know, this is the Q with Q, our daily political briefing. My name is Quentin R. Giles, but if we're going to be friends, then you know that you have to call me Q. Now, why am I saying thank you for bearing with my shenanigans? So this live was scheduled for 7:30 today. Well, I end up checking my calendar and I was like, oh no, I have a meeting at 7. So I actually hopped on live at 6. So this is the second time I'm doing this show today, because I did a show earlier at 6 p.m. and I was like, okay, that's totally not cool. Like, people are expecting it later. I said it was going to be later. So I went ahead and scheduled this for another one. So look, it's just been a lot today. It's been a lot. The meeting was going, and then at the same time, I was trying to run you all the video. Yeah, Jasmine Bryan saying we're back. She was here in the first live. Tammy Thurston caught on to the last 15 minutes of the other live. I was trying to give y'all, do the video so y'all could see the GoFundMe and the move while being on the Zoom in the meeting over here. And then I found out, somebody sent me a message. It was like, hey, your segment just aired. So if you saw the video earlier on my social medias, I did a segment with NBC LX, which is NBC's millennial and Gen Z station. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I want to get it real quick. I was going to try to cut it. I was doing a lot. I was on a meeting. I had y'all here. I was going to try to cut it real quick, throw it in this system so we could all watch it together. But I was like, if I did that, it was going to take me another 20 minutes to come on, and the meeting just ended. And so I was like, no, I can't do it. Oh, so somebody's asking for the link for the GoFundMe. Okay, so let me put this link in here right here. So this is my mass link. I love Linktree because Linktree carries all of my links. In the very first thing, if you tap that Linktree or copy and paste, because I saw some person say earlier they couldn't click the link, copy and paste that link. It'll say production expansion. That'll be the very first thing. Let me pull it up on my phone. That'll be the very first thing. That is where you can go to the GoFundMe so that you can assist with the production expansion of it. So it'll look like this when you click that link or put that link in your browser. The very first one, as you can see, my selfie ring light. The very first one is production expansion. That's the GoFundMe. Under it, merch, if you want to get some merch. If you want to sign up for the book club, the YouTube, the goalie. Baby, guess what? I got me some more goalie. That link as well. If you get the goalie, you can go there as well. And my Patreon, goalie is giving y'all 20% off. Baby, they just gave me some more. Y'all know I've been out. I was out last week, baby. They sent me some more. I'm going to eat some more on the live again. I'm going to eat me some more. Love to eat them. Okay. Baby, I'm going to mess around and be out in 3 days again. Those are so good. If you don't know, goalie is apple cider vinegar replacements. So for a while, fitness people have always taken a shot of apple cider vinegar. I have done that. I've done that for a while, not recently, but I used to do that. Baby, that thing will burn your esophagus clear out your throat. This is a healthy, good tasting alternative. I see some people have already ordered theirs. They're saying it's coming this week. So that link, I'm going to drop it one more time. That link has all of that. But definitely the very first link is the GoFundMe. Now, let's do some housekeeping here for the screen and all of that. There's a function called super stickers and super chats on YouTube. Baby, if you do that, that's how you get your comment featured on the screen. I'm going to pull something up. I'm going to pull Jacob's up because Jacob is a supporter down there on the Patreon. Everybody see how Jacob comment is on the screen? Hey, Jacob. Everybody say hey to Jacob. Your comment can be featured and then we, engage in dialogue and discourse. That is also a way. It does cost money to do that. But the beautiful thing is you get to decide how much money you want to spend on it. Your comment gets featured. And then also the money comes back through me, which will help not only with the production. Like I'm doing the GoFundMe specifically for that, but any and all funds that come in is essentially helping everything that I do. So it's just another way to do that. Also, you know, we're bringing on some interns, so I'm super excited about that. I got two commitments today from my interns. They actually signed their documents. You know, we do these things on the up and up. So I had a lawyer draft an intern agreement. So two of the four have signed their documents, signed their intern agreement. And so we officially have two interns on board. We're still waiting on the other two, and then we'll have four if everyone is still agreeable to the document, to the terms in the agreement. But I say that to say the monies that you also give will help us. Although they are interns, let's be 100%. They do work for free. They are signing up, but you know, I want to bless them every once in a while, and you know, do a little something for them too, because they definitely don't have to come and help me out and grow my vision and all of that. So yeah. Oh, somebody said I shared your content with some of my travel nurses. Tell your travel nurses I used to be a travel social worker, so we see each other. I understand what that thing is. My locum doctors, we know what it is. It's crazy today with the coronavirus going, on the rise. There's a hospital I used to work at as a travel social worker that was on TV today because they converted their parking garage, and that parking garage was at least 8 stories, but they converted their parking garage into a makeshift coronavirus unit. It's in Reno, Nevada. It's called Renown. When I saw that, when they put it on TV, when they said Renown, I said, baby, that's Reno. They said Nevada and Renown, and I saw that parking garage. I said, that's Reno. I already know. That's Reno, baby. That's Reno. Okay, Kira say, oh, you about to eat all your goalies. I know they so good. Do y'all know they tried to play me? They originally sent me 5 bottles, but this new shipment, they only sent me 3. I guess they said I'm eating them too fast. Because, they have other affiliates that they partner with. But I guess I ate too fast. They said, oh, no. Baby, we're not going to keep sending 5 bottles, eat all our product. But them things are so good. Them things is so freaking good. Okay, so with people seeing other folks' vision, bro. Thank you so much, Derek. I read that. I see you. Now, if you were here in the beginning of the live, in the first live, I did tell you all that I was going to take that meeting and that I was going to try to read this article because someone asked about sexual assault and abuse, specifically in the military at Fort Hood, down here in the South. And there was some breaking news that happened earlier today that some people had got chastised and punished for a culture of sexual abuse and sexual harassment. I was not able to read that. I thought that the meeting originally, per the email, was supposed to last about 10, 15 minutes. We were supposed to be in and out. But when I came on live, we literally ended the meeting right there. And we were already at 7:30, 7:35. So I was like, let's just go ahead and go. So I wasn't able to read that. So I am sorry if you are a holdover from the first live specifically for that. I'll make a note to start tomorrow's show with that. But what I'm going to do is still rerun the show we did earlier because I know a lot of y'all missed it. If you're just tuning in, because I see the numbers are still going up, baby, this is the second live we've done today. I'm working double duty. Okay. I'm working double duty. Okay. Now let's get into some things. Let's get into it. So the first thing on the list is about the data scientist, Rebecca Jones, down there in Florida. Now, remember, Rebecca Jones, or if you don't remember, let me educate you. Rebecca Jones was a data scientist who was basically keeping up with the data of COVID-19 infections and deaths in Florida. Well, early summer, she became a whistleblower because Florida, the way their governor, DeSantis, was instructing them to report the case count was actually a manipulation of the numbers and wasn't giving an accurate representation of what was happening in Florida. So Rebecca Jones actually blew the whistle. Okay, woo, woo, blow the whistle. Woo, 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 blow the whistle. She blew the whistle, okay, and basically said, hey, no, ma'am, Pam, y'all not doing this right. Y'all basically are misleading the people, and she was terminated. Now, she did a string of, she did a few interviews in various news stations back when that happened. Fast forward to today. Well, yesterday, she released a video showing that the police raided her home. About 4 or 5 cops come in, guns drawn, or guns ablaze, and her churn in there, and to confiscate some of her electronics. Now, the gag is sis had been fired. So why Are you in her house confiscating things that have nothing to do with the government? On one hand, the people are saying, the defenders are saying, she was a government person and she had access, but she doesn't have access to any of those things, because when you're terminated specifically from the government, baby, they lock that access down immediately. So they came in and basically harassed her, and some are saying this is retaliation, and some are insinuating from the governor. Now, there is no proof to prove that the governor is the one that issued them to go there, but an investigation needs to take place. We need to find out, okay, because somebody sent the police over there. Who sent the police there? Why her? She's not the only government agent, that a person that used to work for the government that is unemployed, that is no longer employed by the agency. So why y'all target her house? And then this is the woman that actually blew the whistle. Woo, 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 blow, woo, 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 blew the whistle on y'all, and has still continued to update us. So what's really going on? Let me pause real quick, because I see Carla Price. We got our first super comment of today, and we love to see it. People, if you're on YouTube, you can give a super comment or a super sticker, and this is how we do that thing right there. Miss Carla Price says, I want to know why they raided it. Exactly. Why they raided her with guns drawn like it was for drugs or child trafficking. Dang, it was just for data. Exactly. That is why people are saying it was retaliation. That is exactly why, because none of this makes sense. None of these things make sense. Why did y'all come in there guns a-blazing on her like that? That is a real problem. She needs to sue, and an investigation needs to take place, because we need to know who sent the cops over there, and we need to know, like, how far up does it go? Kind of like I've been saying with the Breonna Taylor thing. Yes, we all focused on those cops, which we should, but we have to understand that those cops were not a part of the investigation. So who had the faulty information that sent the cops, right? Because those cops just went. Now, we can still have discourse and discussion about what they did wrong, but somebody sent them there. And then who prepared the evidence for the judge to sign off on the warrant? Like, you got to go higher than just there. So I want to take a step out of just the cops that bust in through her door. Who gave them the go ahead? Who gave them the information to do that, right? So the two-prong. But absolutely, Carla, it's a problem. It's a problem. Shout out to Miss Correll Anderson Purcell. Correll, I thought you said you couldn't even stay long. I saw your comment real quick. Sis always comes through and gives a super comment and always supports. I love it so much. I thank you, my sister. She says, I feel like when my I feel like when my goalie comes, I'm gonna have to order my next batch immediately. The way you hyping up the taste and its qualities got me excited. Listen. Now, don't follow me. Please don't follow me, because the suggested you say 1 or 2 gummies up to 3 times daily. Enjoy up to 6 gummies a day. I definitely eat more than 6. But the people say eat 6. Now, this is just me. I'm 6 foot, 232 pounds. When I see recommended dietary recommendations, I don't feel like they talk about me as big and black as I am. Because, even those BMI charts where they say, if you're obese or not, those were based off, keep in mind when those were created, those were based off of European bodies. Not me. My body is built like a big old African, what's the word I'm looking for? I was going to say king, but I'm not trying to make myself that high. A big old tribe leader. I'll say the tribe leader. I ain't got to be the king. A big black African tribe leader, okay? Sun-kissed skin. Thank you, Jesus. Because, I didn't have nothing to do with these things. Thank you, Jesus. So I always feel like that's not talking to me. I always feel like that's because, European, and this is not a dig, this is not a racist thing. European bodies have a certain look. Like, even if you look at Zara, the clothing store, how we already got way over here. I love Zara, but I can barely fit anything because they are made for European type bodies. My body is big and broad and American fed. Them things don't work. So, Correll, you might, but I wouldn't suggest you follow me, baby. Consult with your physician first. Consult with your physician about you and your personal health. Okay. Now let's move on. Let's move right along. Also, in that, oh, you know what? We were supposed to take a quick commercial break, but I kept y'all so long. I'm not gonna take one right now. We did the commercial in the first live, so I'm a move forward. I'm a move forward. Okay, so we also see. Remember, security cyber chief. We talked about this. I believe I was in Cabo at the time. We talked about the security cyber chief, Chris Krebs, who was appointed by Trump. Right, came out and said that this election was the most. All right, bye, Correll. We'll see you later. Here was the most secure election in American history. Well, and I got questions. I see you super comment. I'm gonna come back up your lane after I do this story real quick. Said that this was the most secure election in our history. We know that he was fired via tweet by the president. Now, why is he back in the news? He's back in the news because he's filed a lawsuit against Joe diGenova. Now, who is Joe diGenova? Joe diGenova is one of Trump's associates and has called for the shooting of Chris Krebs. Some might even say the execution, because I believe the phrase was he needs to be shot in the head. So Chris Krebs has now filed a lawsuit after him, which he should, because that's inciting violence, and some crazed maniac might potentially go out there and do it. And then if some crazed maniac does it, you ain't gonna hear nothing but thoughts and prayers to you. Well, no, not thoughts and prayers. Stop inciting violence. How about that? We won't even have to get to that part if you stop inciting violence. So Chris Krebs has filed that lawsuit. So we'll be keeping an eye out on that. And interestingly enough, Chris Krebs did an interview with Axios where he essentially called this current president a threat to America. He said that they took an oath to defend America from enemies both foreign and domestic. Foreign meaning out of the country, domestic meaning inside the country, and said that the president and Trump sowing discourse, saying that this was a fraudulent election, pushing disinformation is a threat. So that was interesting, and that was news today. Let me get this super comment from I Got Questions. Thank you so much. I Got Questions. I don't know whether I was going to say sis, but I don't know whether you a sis or not. So I'm going to just say thank you so much. I Got Questions with the super comment. This is how you get featured, people. Fun fact, one of the doctors I currently work with used to work with Rebecca Jones, and it's a lot bigger than what people see. Also, wear your mask. That is speaking to the lady, Rebecca Jones, the very first story, the whistleblower down there in Florida. Now, that's interesting. I'd love to know more about bigger than what we see. You know, we love a good scoop here on the Q. So if we got some scoop, I got questions, send me that. We'll have to discuss and we'll have to investigate and dig deep into that thing. Now, let us move on the same lines of this Chris Krebs and this election whole debacle. Now, I'm from Texas. Everybody can hear it in my throat. I'm from Texas, man. Now, we have an attorney general here in Texas named Ken Paxton. Ken Paxton is suing and asking the Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court, to block the confirmation of the vote in 4 states: Georgia, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. Now, what's so interesting in this flow of events that happened today, we found out that Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is doing that. We found that out like earlier today. Maybe about 2.5 hours ago, we actually got a ruling from the Supreme Court against a Pennsylvania lawmaker, a Republican Pennsylvania lawmaker, rejecting them trying to sue to not certify the vote in Pennsylvania. So what's interesting is Chris Krebs just filed it. It just had made its way all the way up there. But during the course of the day, that happened as well. Now, I say, you know, I saw that earlier. I was like, I put out a tweet at the Q with Q. If y'all want to follow on Twitter, I put out a tweet saying like, please do not view all Texans through the lens of Ken Paxton. We don't even fool with Ken Paxton like that. Don't even know why he's still there. Don't even know. Ken Paxton got his own legal issues down here. Ken Paxton was indicted years ago and decided he was not going to step down. We have an indicted, a real live indicted attorney general down here in Texas and will not step down. You would have thought the Texas Republican Party would have told him, no, ma'am, Pam, you got to get up out of here. You cannot represent us, but you didn't. So what am I to glean from that? Now, as I sat here today and I'm like, why is Ken Paxton doing this? What is going on? It hit me. Now, y'all know I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't get on the QAnon sites. I don't do none of that. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, even though I've talked about, the vaccine and coronavirus and my hesitation with it. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I still believe in vaccines. I don't believe in Trump and his administration of vaccines, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But could it be that Ken Paxton is kicking up all this dirt because he wants a pardon from Trump? Because from what we see, he got some federal criminal liability that's waiting on him in a minute. So could you be kicking up all this dust, all this dirt, especially because we've had reports saying that Trump is looking at a whole range of pardons from people who aren't even asking for them? Just gonna pardon people for the sake of pardoning people, but we know what it is. It's a distraction. He might mess around and pardon the Tiger King and Ivanka on the same day, thinking we're gonna look over here at the Tiger King instead of looking at his daughter. So, you have to parse these things out, and we'll be right here on the queue to let you know. Thank you so much, Tiffany Butler. Don't forget to like this video. If you're finding content in this video, or if you're finding value in this video, make sure you hit that like button right now. That's a small thing that you can do. Make sure you share. Make sure if you're on the YouTube, subscribe and cut on your post notifications. You never know what you might get. So that is what I was thinking as far as Ken Paxton and this shenanigans that he's pulling. He's clearly, or not even clearly, let me not put it in such concrete terms. It seems as though the end goal, because we all know that the election is done, Biden will be president, sworn in January 20th, 12 o'clock, period, poo. So maybe he's just doing this to kick up dust so that there will be a pardon for him on the other side. Now, I don't have time for it, but we have one more story. I'm going to sneak in a quick commercial break, and I'll see you on the other side. Listen, you all know I am on my health kick right now, and one thing that I miss is cookies. So I am super excited that I got a healthy alternative, some vegan cookies. Okay, get into the veganism of it all. It's the veganism for me. Shout out to Samaya Nicole brand for making me these delicious vegan cookies based right here in Houston, Texas. You all can follow her at Samaya Nicole brand on Instagram. Wait a minute. Baby, you won't be disappointed. Let me go eat these cookies, camera. The end of that commercial is always my favorite part. Cut the camera off. Them cookies was good. Those cookies were real good. Shout out to Samaya Nicole brand. I'm going to be posting her a little later. She's starting up her business, and the cookies are legit. If y'all know people come to me and try to advertise a lot, there are some things I do turn down. So please be aware of that. Everything I advertise to you all, I'm like, okay, yes, because there are some things I turn down. Them cookies was good. I don't play by food now. Now, what I don't play by is food. Those cookies were good. So she's going to be selling them pretty soon. She's just starting up her business. And I mean, they were great. They were great. I see we got some super comments and a super sticker. Let me get the comment first. I got questions again. What's good? Okay, I caught the end. Yes, I'm a sis. Okay, what's good, sis? I'm in PA. And I wish they leave us alone. We have so many other problems to deal with, and the vote won't change. Exactly. I mean, like, that's just like on period, right? But I think, honestly, I talked about this a little bit yesterday, that it is either a psychosis, right? Like either Trump really believes this, or it is a ploy as well, kind of like Ken Paxton doing this to get something. Trump is doing this to get something. I told you all that he is raising way more money on the other side of the election of the Stop the Steal than he did running for president. So he is a master of whipping up fear. He is a master of getting people excited, his base excited over like something that's not even based in reality. If you really think about it, like think about the birther thing. Think about Obama. Like that wasn't a real thing, but it was made into a real thing. Think about Hillary Clinton and lock her up. We find out that wasn't a real thing. No indictments, investigated, but he made it a thing. So this too, it's a pattern. Oh, come on, diagnosis. Come on, DSM-5. Y'all know I got a license. I'm a licensed master social worker in the background, baby. That DSM-5 just popped up out of me. Yes, it is a psychology that is happening. So it's really shameful. It really, really is shameful. And I wish they leave y'all alone too. Side note, I got an associate out there, one of your state legislators. Shout out to Kenyatta, Malcolm Kenyatta down there in Philly. Yeah, shout out. Come on, PA. Let's see. Lacinia James, thank you so much, sis, for the super sticker. We love to see it. Those are things we love to see. Thank you. Somebody says support small businesses. Absolutely. Another super comment. Thank you so much. Send those in. Send those in. Marcia Fudge, former president of hold on. Wait. No, I got to say this right. Marcia Fudge, former president of the Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, and now Congresswoman, has been selected as HUD secretary, according to NBC and Politico. Now, that is something that I saw right before we did the first live. So news has broken that I have not been able to really get to, because we did the first live, and then I hopped on the call, and now I'm doing this live. But I did see that. I don't think, from what I saw, I don't think it's absolutely official. What I think is it was an intentional leak from the Biden team. As we know today, civil rights leaders met with him, which if you saw the video earlier, I told you I did a segment with NBC LX. That is exactly what we were talking about. Civil rights leaders meeting with Biden. What I think this is them intentionally leaking it out, because he hasn't formally said anything that they are going to nominate her to kind of alleviate those civil rights groups by saying, yes, I am still putting people in position there are still number one spots that Black people can occupy, that brown people can occupy, so that's what I think that is. So I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit more. But thank you so much, Brooklyn Nelson, for the super comment. Guys, definitely send those in, because we only have about one more story left, and then we're out of here. If there's anything you'd like to say and be on the screen, let us know. Now, let's talk about coronavirus vaccine. Let's talk about the vaccine, because that's the thing. Now, I see down there over in the UK, they've started to give out vaccine. Now, we saw Miss Ma'am, our friend Margaret, and our friend William Shakespeare. That was funny. William Shakespeare over there in the UK get the first injection of the coronavirus vaccine, publicly. And so we saw them. We saw them over there. Now, I already told you, I'll be okay. Y'all doing all right? Somebody check on Miss Margaret. Get that baby some soup. I got to see what happened. So they did that down there. So we'll be praying and definitely looking at our brothers and sisters over there in the UK, because they are trying to implement this mass vaccination program. Now, as far as here in our own country, here in our own country, and Jasmine Bryan, I see your super comment. I'm gonna get to you in a second. Definitely super comment, send some more so we can round out the live. As far as our own country, the FDA has come out and said that they are coming into agreement with Pfizer, that their data is showing safety and efficacy. Basically meaning that the vaccine is safe, and the efficacy, efficiency, you can link those two in your mind, that those things that they are reporting are true. Now, that means that this vaccine can now be up for an emergency use authorization. If so, that then means that people in America could potentially be getting the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine by the end of this week for emergency uses. Now, there are certain stipulations you have to meet for it to be considered an emergency use, right? But that is potentially on the horizon. The other news we found out in relation to the Pfizer vaccine, I'm away too, Lacinia. I'm away too. The other news we found out yesterday about Pfizer is that the Trump administration actually declined to buy additional vials from Pfizer back in the summer. And if you were here yesterday, then you know that I said, I don't really know if I can count that as a loss or count that as a win, because back then in the summer, we didn't know if these vaccines were going to work or not. So on one side of me, I'm like, well, that was the smarter play. You don't want to just throw money away. But of course, the Trump administration, being the Trump administration, has made it a story and made it a scandal, because his press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, came out and said that the story was a lie. However, one of the people that is heading up Operation Warp Speed said, oh, no, yeah, we definitely didn't buy it because, we didn't know where it was going to go. So now it's a story. So it just reinforces that we don't know. Y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all are all over the place. And y'all are all over the place. So we got about 40 more days of that. Please hurry up and get out. Get out. Get out, out, out. All right. Ooh, I'm ready for that man to get up out of here. So yeah, In other coronavirus-related news, Biden made a speech today. He introduced his health team that he plans on nominating. What was most interesting to me was that he will be mandating mask wearing where he can under the law. So we're talking about federal buildings. That means, your IRS building. That means, federal, your HUD housing buildings, your federal courtrooms, any federal building that falls under his purview, because he is the chief executive, of the federal government. He will be mandating, meaning you have to put on a mask. And he made it a point to say interstate travel. Mandating. He can do that under the law. So what is that? Interstate travel via plane and train. So what does that mean? It won't just be a Delta policy. Delta ain't just going to ask you to put your mask on. United just not going to ask you to put the mask on. Southwest, Spirit, Frontier, Sunrise, they not just going to ask you to put the mask on. It's federal. You're going to have to, or you're going to come see Biden. Okay, you're gonna go to the principal's office, and that's on period. Pooh. Let me pull up this super comment from our girl Jasmine Bryant. She writes, this has DeSantis written all over it. A paper trail of who did what and with whose permission is bound to come up at some point. You hear her screaming and her chirping You hear her screaming that her chirping are in the house. I think you mean children. Is that what you meant? Children? Yeah, it's bound to come out. It is absolutely bound to come out. And what I would like, honestly, is an independent counsel, because I don't really trust DeSantis and whoever the attorney general is down there. We might need a U.S. attorney to look into this, if possible, right? We can't just ask a U.S. attorney for the sake of asking. There has to be some federal type of crime or federal statute that allows them that access to do such a thing. But definitely a paper trail is bound to come out. Absolutely. Shout out to you, Erica Bloyan. Shout out to you, Erica Bloyan, for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sis. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Whoo, child. So this has been crazy. This is my second live of the day. Maybe I have to do two. No, I'm not going to do that to myself. Maybe I can't do 2 lives a day. Nah, I can't do 2 lives a day. I just listened to Dr. Fauci tonight on Howard U panel. Us fairly healthy people won't have access to the vaccine right away. Others will be higher priority, and they can be. And they can be. I welcome that. I welcome that. Shout out to you. I got questions. Sister's coming with the super comments today. My goodness, we love to see it. Okay, well, now you know how I feel about this. Dissent, not disrespect. Let's see. So I'm not gonna say one of these words. What about the Trump executive order / vaccine summit? So, okay, a little bit about that, right? With that, he's trying to take credit for the vaccine. That's one. If you were here a couple days ago or last week, we all came into agreement that science and scientists should be the ones that get the praise, right? Or get the accolades and the hand claps, because they're the ones that developed this thing. And particularly Pfizer. Pfizer was not a part of Operation Warp Speed. So like his administration literally has nothing to do with the Pfizer vaccine. Literally. The one that's being injected over there in the UK, the one that the FDA just said the efficacy is on point and the safety is on point, y'all don't have anything to do with it. The one that y'all didn't buy the vials for. So he's taking credit, which he normally does, for things that he didn't do, kind of like this booming economy, as if he was the one that turned it around. No, you inherited a great economy from Barack Obama, but because of your failings of the coronavirus and mishandling a health crisis, you have now mishandled and crashed the economy. Like, period, Pooh. Period. Now, the executive order, that's a thing. I did talk about that a little bit in the live earlier. So the executive order based on people who are more well-versed in executive orders than me, because I don't know everything, so I defer to their insight as well, right? Basically said this thing has no teeth. And it's like, he essentially said that the executive order essentially says that any vaccine that is made in America, Americans are going to have first priority. But one it leads people to argue or wonder how, Sway. Because so take the Pfizer vaccine, right? Pfizer offered the administration these additional doses. They chose not to. So Pfizer sold these additional doses, again, prior to them actually developing a vaccine to other countries. So there will be some Pfizer vaccine here, but they are already committed to these other countries. So the thought process is how can you come in on the back end after we already offered you this thing, make an executive order and say, we have to give you priority when we already got contracts out and people have already purchased the vaccine that we got? How does that work? Is that even legal? Can you do those things? So there is still conversation about what this executive order means, how it would necessarily be implemented, or is it just performative, right? Is it just performative to say you did this, and then on the other end, whenever Joe Biden is in office and we find out that this executive order is not valid because it's not legal, then do you then say, and I'm just thinking out loud, then do you then say, I tried to get, everybody the vaccine and Joe Biden took it away. I don't know. I hate to even have to push my mind into that, but everything is performative with this man. So who knows? Who knows, child? Who knows? But if nothing else, that is it for tonight's second live. A few housekeeping things. I'm going to drop this link again for those that are just getting in. If you all tap that link or put that link into your browser, that is my link tree. It's going to take you to everything that I'm working on right now. The very first thing in that is production expansion. It's a 10-minute video showing you how I'm increasing my production studio so that I can bring more content. It is also linked to a GoFundMe page. So if you would like to contribute to that, first watch the video, and if you'd like to contribute to the GoFundMe, definitely do that. The video explains everything and what the GoFundMe is for. Also in the video, you get to see my super, super cute nephews. That's one of them. Hold on, let me turn here. That's one of them right there in that picture. That's my niece, but she wasn't here this weekend, so I couldn't get her. In the video. But that's that. Also, if you want to get your order of your Goli gummies, this is the apple cider vinegar replacement. That's in that link right now. They're offering 20% off. It is an affiliate link. So once you click my link, it'll automatically give you the 20% off. There is a space in there for merchandise if you like to get that. Oh, I didn't bring my merch out. Okay, I'll do it for the next live. Space in there for merchandise. Also the Patreon. Shout out to the people that have signed up for their 15 one-on-one with me. That is exclusive for my Patreon members. My Patreon content is exclusive behind the scenes, and also you get one-on-one calls with me. And like we started doing that today, and we chopped it up. So that was always fun. Don't worry about it. I see who it is. We're gonna block them. They're being blocked. Thank y'all so much for pointing that out. So yeah, super excited about all that. Uh-oh. That is in they're being blocked. That's in the link. Excuse me. That is in the link that I just posted. So definitely check out all those things. Again, I love y'all. Y'all always come through. That's the link one more time. Yeah, I got the bot. Thank you. Thank you so much. I blocked the bot. I blocked them. We don't do bots here. We don't do bots, and we don't do shenanigans. So if nothing else, that is it for the day. Keep your eye out. I'm posting that segment I did on TV today. As soon as I get off of here, I'm going to go grab it, and I'll be posting it on my YouTube. So that is there. Thanks for the after party, Jacob. So yes, guys, thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow. We'll see if we pull another double duty or if it's just going to be one. A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters. We reject alternative facts. So come on in here and let me educate you on the facts.